welcome to RollFare, a D&D podcast. Before we start off with all of our introductions for the characters, we just want to say to all of you listening to us, thank you so much. We've been tracking our stuff, and we see that we've got quite a few people out there. We're just going to invite you to give us a shout out on our social media on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you do your social media. Reach out, say hello, and we'll make sure to reach back out. But we appreciate you. So we'll go ahead and introduce ourselves. So I'm Devin, the Dungeon Master.
And I'm Ryan. I play Alton, the Tiefling.
And I'm Brad. I play Arden, the Wizard.
I'm Kayla. I play Kaiji, the Tabaxi.
I'm Austin. I play Sharo. Forgot my name for a moment.
I'm Ben. I play Reyna, the Human Ranger.
I'm Sarah, and I play Asar, the Fire Genasi.
Wonderful. So we are picking up from last time, where we the party was ambushed under Alton's watch, and they were able to fend off the bandits that were attacking them. They were going through some of the bodies looking for loot, and had a brief discussion among some of the other party members. They're currently on their way to the Zamaji mine with Tethys Zah and his merchant caravan. And we're going to pick up right where we left off with people finishing up the looting and such. So, what you guys doing?
So Asar is looking at the dead bodies, the gore, the blood that is in the sand, people sliced. And she is going to start to shake just a bit. And she's going to plead with her party members. Did anyone find any sort of identification on them? Are we sure that they're not from an enemy state or maybe from that awful distribution company that was hired to do this? Anything?
Did we find anything like that?
Nope. Because we searched and we didn't find any ID on any of them. So Arden's going to stop dancing around. And I didn't find anything like that.
So we just killed people? We just
Well, they
murdered a whole bunch of
tried
people?
to kill us first.
Well, yeah, no, this definitely wasn't murder.
We were just trying to sleep.
That was just self-defense. They shot me.
What
They
else
killed
were we
me.
going to do?
You saved my life.
Well,
Why did you do that?
the thing is, these people, should criminals just be arbitrarily executed just because they are criminals? Shouldn't there be, I don't know, some sort of process, a court, a jury? Who are we to decide that we can just kill people?
Well, if it's them or me, then I'm going to pick me.
I'd like to take experience from my time in the jungle. I grew up in the western jungles of Selex. What was her name again? I can't remember.
I will pull it up.
Okay. And in the jungle, it really is kill or be killed. You defend yourself. Sometimes you get attacked by raptors or other sorts of beasts. Sometimes you get attacked by sentient creatures. There was a few UNT in the area that would actively hunt other beings to either make them slaves or sacrifices, and you either fought them off or hid. And so these bandits, they attacked us. And while I'd much rather talk things out, I'm always happy to talk. You can never blame yourself when you defend yourself.
But defending to the point of just absolute death, there's no undoing this. They're just dead. What if those families back at home, we don't know if any of these people were subjugated or conscripted to be here? What if they were just as slaves as, us when we were on the road? I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like it's wrong. I feel like we've done something very wrong.
I don't think you did anything wrong. I mean, you just saved my life. And we didn't really seem to have any time to see if they would talk to us. They just immediately surprised us and attacked us.
What's the consensus? I I don't know if we did anything wrong. I don't really... I don't know.
So as you guys are having this discussion, the Dragonborn cleric, Shelkosh, she comes up to you and she says, "Child, why are you concerned about this?"
Well, why? Because the actions that we committed tonight cannot be undone. Hurt just begets more hurt. Who's to say that the families of these people that we killed aren't going to come after us for revenge? How much grief and suffering is just going to expand like a pebble in a smooth pool of water, just out further and further and further.
Well, they should have thought of that before they became murderous bandits. Honestly, I've seen enough killing and death in my lifetime, and it doesn't matter if you're in a civilized area or not. Sometimes the destruction just happens.
It shouldn't happen, though. We should do something to prevent it.
Well, in this case, we prevented more death by killing those that were killing others. They had already killed several of this group's guards in advance, and that's why
Did we
are
know
all
that,
here.
though? Is this the same group?
Well, more than likely they've killed somebody, considering how quick they were to pull their weapons on us. They were not out to steal, they were not out to talk, they were out to kill and take whatever they could. That's the way the bandits work out here. I know it's harsh, I know it's a difficult area of the world to be in, but this is really the way things are out here. And it's something that, as hard as it is to see, needs to be accepted if you want to survive.
I don't want to accept it.
And Shelkosh continues again with you, and she says, "Child, what do you know of the gods?"
Well, you see Asa, she just kind of like wrings her hands, and she's obviously nervous and upset and doesn't really want to be having this conversation. And she looks at Shelkosh and says, I was taught. I went to school. I went to church. My particular parents, they each worshiped something different and encouraged us to, me and my brother, to find our own path. And so that I know a little about all of them, I guess.
That really didn't answer much for me, I'm not going to lie. But do you know of Amanji's teachings?
Umanji, if I recall correctly, is the goddess of peace and twilight.
Correct. Yes, good. One of the things that she teaches us, she's the, as you said, the goddess of peace. So, me, being one of her servants, and she teaches peace, to not fight, to bring balance and peace to conversation, to be a diplomat in some ways. And I'm here slaying those who attacked us. One of the things that can grant you strength in this situation is preparation. Prepare for things not always to go the way that you expect. That's one of her major teachings, is to be spiritually in control. And to be spiritually in control, you have to prepare for things that aren't always going to be an easy thing to do. For example, in a moment like this where it's kill or be killed, you have to make the decision months or years in advance that in a situation like this, you'll know what you'll do. And each situation can be unique, and you have to weigh the circumstances. But if there is a moment of fast thinking that has to be made, and your life or the life of an innocent person is on the line, sometimes killing is an acceptable approach. And it is not deemed as murder. Think of the goddess of war. She, much of her business is in the conflict that occurs in this world. And those who kill in battle or in a fight of some sort, are they condemned? Of course not. There are certain rules and policies that are established by the gods that allow these things to be acceptable. But it has to be looked at in the right circumstances. And if you prepare your heart, prepare your mind through meditation, through prayer, and get your soul connected with the gods, then you will learn these truths yourself.
You see Asar, she just nods her head a little bit and tears start to well up in her eyes. And she says, "Thank you. You sound just like my father." And then she turns and walks away.
You're welcome. And she shouts to you. And, okay.
Arden is no longer celebrating and very sullen now after that.
Killjoy Asar!
So Sheru, he's going to go up to first Sakash, and you did well fighting, and this is what I found, some of what I found on the bandit's body, and he hands her one of the gold that he found on the bandits he searched. And then I'm going to walk over to Locanis, the tiefling boy.
Okay, miss.
Yeah,
Tiefling.
tiefling, tiefling. He's a TIE fighter.
Yeah.
Potato, potato.
It's now Tiefling.
You did good. I saw how you reacted, and well done. And I hand him the second gold I found.
Thank you, sir.
Of course.
Thank you. And then Shelkosh, just when you handed her the gold, she just bows her head politely.
Hey, Sheru, I burned 2 of them. Do I get anything?
Here's the rest of what I found, and 20. He hands over 20 silver.
I'll
Wow.
take it.
Okay. So as you guys are settling there, Kaiji, what are you doing?
Kaiji hasn't moved from the side of the cliff. She's just kneeling there, kind of staring at her hands, just blocked out everything that's happened, and is just sitting there. She doesn't feel like she can come off the cliff yet.
Gotcha.
Do
So
it.
she's... Sorry?
Do any of us notice her?
It's passive perception.
Probably not this.
I definitely don't.
Mine is 14.
I'd say you do.
Kaiji. Are you okay up there?
I'm fine, I guess.
Cheru, he, after handing the gold and noticing Kaiji, he's like, Would you like some company? I'm coming up anyways.
Figured you would.
See a turtle climb up the rock.
just trying to climb up, and just kind of slow climbing, not the best climber, but get up there eventually.
Yeah, you
rocks
eventually
like
get
I
up
do.
there.
And I sit down next to Kaiji. So, you don't want to climb down the cliff?
No, sorry, I just kind of got distracted there for a second.
What distracted you?
It happened to me again. There were 10 of us, 10, 15 of them. I couldn't make a single shot. I'm useless. I can't defend myself. I can't defend my group, I can't. It's hopeless.
Well, I can't say I watched you fight because I was a little busy as well. But I did see you make some fantastic shots on that scorpion earlier. You took out 2 of its eyes, and that was impressive.
Thank you. I guess I did. But that's just the problem. Why can I fight the monster, but as soon as we get ambushed, I don't know what happened. Do I just get scared? And I don't understand. I've been on my ship for 4 years. It's not like I can't fight other men. I know how to fight. But when I don't understand.
You know, back in where I grew up in the jungles.
Speaking of which, I have the name for you.
Thank you.
It is the 1 CB Coast.
1 CB Coast.
Yeah, 1 CB Coast.
Back at the 1 CB Coast, there was this old tabaxi. He is a lion tabaxi with dark black fur and silver mane. After my father passed, and don't worry, most turtle fathers last like a year.
Oh, don't worry. I grew up in the jungle too. I know.
He was, well, I was trying to survive on my own. I would not have made it to 15 without his assistance. I have a very distinct craving for raptor eggs. They are delicious.
Raptor eggs.
Yes. However, raptors are raptors and they'll try to eat you. So, anyways, one time he saved me from raptor chasing me while I carried an egg away. And I had done it a couple of times, but this is the first time I had been caught by the raptor. It was very angry too. And I was blaming myself and mad at myself for I was like 10 at the time, and I knew how to survive in the jungle. I've been surviving the jungle for 10 years, and I had failed. And I was really mad at myself, and that somebody had to come to my rescue. And old Silvers, he talked to me about the time while he was on the ship. He was once on a ship. Anyways, a crew is only a crew because they rely on each other. Some days you are strong and you protect the others. Other days you need the protection. And for you to miss a couple shots now is okay, because we were here to help you. Back when we find the scorpion, Rainer basically died. I'm still surprised he's alive. But I'm sure he would be dead, as well as more of us, if you hadn't been there that day. That scorpion was terrifying. With one hit, he took down one of us. And without you there to protect us, more of us would be dead. So today, you were the one that needed protection. And tomorrow, maybe I need protection. My shell can't protect me from everything.
If you say so, it looks impenetrable to me.
Well, thank you. I need to polish it. It is looking a little dusty.
Thank you. You're right. I can't. Thank you. I'll just try again tomorrow.
After some rest, this battle is woke up in the middle of the night and needs more sleep.
Indeed.
After Asar's had a little time alone, Alton's going to walk over to her.
Okay.
Well, Asar, I'm not asking you to enjoy what we did. I think I've learned in life that most of the things we do to survive, we don't necessarily enjoy, but I hope it doesn't mean you regret saving my life. I don't pretend to know why you did that, why you would, but I thank you for that. I won't thank your God for that, but I will thank you for that.
Thank you. It means a lot. That I just don't want anyone close to me to die anymore. There is an unspoken grief that it just lasts forever. It's everlasting. You carry it with you whenever death happens that's close to you. And I don't want anyone else I know to be killed. So, if you ever go down again, I'll run headfirst into battle to get you back up.
Appreciate that. I might do the same if I can.
Might.
If I can.
Yeah.
So I want to go to Shalkosh
Okay.
because hearing the advice to Asar. Can I speak to you a moment for just privately?
Certainly, my arcane master.
Well,
You did it, by the way.
I did do it. Yes, that was the celebration that was quickly ended by the realization that what we had done maybe not was the right thing. But you had some wise words, and I appreciate that. And I wanted to ask you something.
Of course.
How do you know if you're evil?
Well, I don't know that you do know. I mean, the gods have their teachings, and if we follow their teachings, we know if we're on a path of goodness, if you will, but even good people can do terrible things, and bad people can do wonderful things. I think it's just a process of continuous change. You know, we all have a nature to be self-interested or to be wanting to, I suppose, take what isn't ours, or, you know, have things easy. You know, in some things that are bad aren't necessarily evil, if that makes sense. You know, not everything that, you know, like being lazy sometimes, you know, we have Uvamar, who teaches that work is important. So being too lazy can sometimes be a bad thing, but it's not necessarily an evil thing. And so,
Well, in this instance, I quite enjoyed killing that man. And obviously I danced around, and it was made quite the spectacle of myself, but he was running away. I didn't need to run after him, but I made the decision, and it was enjoyable. And I don't know how to tell if someone is evil or not.
it's definitely an interesting perspective that you have there. And I can understand why you might be concerned. But the key, I think, is to recognize your actions. As I was saying earlier, one of Amanji's teachings is to be spiritually in control. The spirit is in control of your desires. It's in control of your natural tendencies. And every decision you make because you have prepared your mind to make that decision. You know, and sometimes split-second decisions happen, but as I said, if you prepare long before those split-second decisions have to be made, and make the decision of this is how I will react. And you're spiritually in control. You're able to make that conscious decision in the moment sometimes. You can be prepared to make that decision correctly. And if you notice something about a decision that you have made that you think maybe wasn't necessarily the right thing, even if you did enjoy it, you can make those adjustments in your life by preparing and meditating and praying for the strength to overcome that.
I appreciate
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. I am here for you if you have any other questions, and the gods can help. I don't know if you've sought religion in your life, but they can certainly give you some guidance.
In a way, but I've learned a lot from you, and I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Well, thank you for listening and inquiring. It is a pleasure to be able to help.
And I'll find Asar.
So as you leave, she says,
Oh,
"Peace be with you," and she bows politely and just a nice head bow as you head off.
one day peace would be nice. So I'll find Asar, and Asar, I found this might be useful for you. Take out the healing potion that we talked about outside of game that I got. This might be better off in your hands, seeing as you are the savior of the group.
I don't necessarily say that, but thank you. Thank you very much.
Are you still over there, by the way, with Asar when he comes over?
Sure.
Oh, well, yeah,
Probably just wrapping
whatever
up
the
the conversation.
timing of it is.
So yeah, you see Alton over there as well. So he gives you the healing potion. Do you guys discuss anything else?
I appreciated your concern about what we were doing, and I hope that you speak up again in other situations, because my moral compass isn't what it used to, and I appreciate any reminder to be better.
Oh, well, I appreciate everyone's perspectives, and I'm still young and learning everything too. I don't know what is right or wrong sometimes. And just like you, moral compasses may need adjustment.
It's never
But-
too late to learn,
You're right.
I hope.
But I do like this, and I do like how I have all of these handsome men coming to make me feel better. That's quite lovely. I appreciate it.
For the first time ever, you see Arden blush.
Oh,
You can't see Alton blush. His skin is already red.
Blushes a slight purple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the dark.
Okay.
After the initial, just kind
I'll
of
just go off into...
response from Raynor, he had walked off a little bit away from camp, just kind of moping about, a little bit disgruntled. He comes back after everyone has kind of settled and started going back to sleep again, and about 60, 70 feet away in another alcove of rocks, he starts to kind of dig out the sand a bit, and just for the rest of the night, he slowly, one by one, kind of starts dragging the bodies over and burying them in shallow graves.
Okay.
Do I notice that?
I'm sure several people do.
I don't
Just
know if you're
whoever's
trying
on
to
watch.
Be sneaky about that.
Right. He's not really trying to be sneaky. He's silent the entire time, just like not talking, just kind of a very serious mood about him.
I know the watch after Alton was supposed to be Raynor and Asar, so I imagine that's kind of what you're doing at that point. Is okay. Sounds good. So before you got to burying
sorry.
people, you're totally fine. Not an issue. Tethys comes up to the group of you as you guys are starting to settle down for bed, of course, without Rainer there, who's been off wandering. And he says, "Thank you for defending my caravan. That was a very big surprise. And I've known many merchant caravans that have fallen victim to a group of bandits that size and not come out the other end alive, or at least with any of their goods. And by my count, not one of us died. We have some scrapes, some bruises. Had some close calls among you as well. But I do appreciate what you did for us today." And he tosses 20 gold to Arden, the leader of the group.
That's right.
And he says,
We're just going by age, right?
Yeah.
This is a bonus for protecting us in the evening. And I look forward to having you accompany us the rest of the way to the Zumaji mine.
I think we learned a lot about ourselves as we did this, so thank you. I appreciate it. And I distribute the... What was it?
20 gold.
20 gold divided by 7. 6.
Well,
6.
I can count.
yeah, because we do 6.
Could also have a party fund if you want.
Yeah, that's true. We could do party fund, but what's the fun in that?
Selfishness, right?
Yeah, exactly. We're not there yet.
Which one of us do we trust? Which one of us do we trust with the
I mean,
fund,
it's
though?
kind of
Yeah.
I'd spend it all on books.
I'm literally a pirate.
Yeah. Well, somebody gets 4, right?
So, or it's
3 gold
2.
each with 2 left over.
Or it's 2 gold and
I can't math, so thank
8
you.
and a half silver.
You did 7.
I did do 7. I haven't do this. Yeah, 3 gold, 3 silver. But there's weird carryover because it's 3 repeating.
So
just do 3 gold apiece.
Yeah.
Two extra left over, and
2.
As party leader, right?
Yeah, of course.
I'm not here, by the way. You're
I mean,
holding on the
I need
line until
paper.
I can...
You did give it the killing blow, so
I
Never mind.
will hold on to it and I will repay it in what I can do. So I'll take 5 then.
So the group settles down for the night. People go back to resting, and the Rainer does his thing with digging the shallow graves, and the rest of the watches, just having Rainer and Asar, Shrew and one of the guards, and Kaiji and one of the guards at that point. The rest of the watches go uneventful, and you guys wake up in the morning and begin proceeding again on your journey. And that's where we'll end this portion of the session.
Wow, that went
Go ahead.
that went deep. That was unexpected.
Thanks for watching. Listening.
Oh, shoot.
You have been listening to RollFare, a D&D podcast. Produced, recorded, and mixed by SF Shields. Executive produced by the RollFare team. Copyright 2021 by RollFare LLC. All rights reserved. Visit us online at rollfare.com.